I'm leaving home for the coastline, someplace under the sun. I feel my heart for the first time.
I got involved with this project through ICM coming in to do a lunchtime presentation, and was very moved and inspired by the work that they do in the Philippines for the poor, and wanted to get involved. Put my name forward, and I was lucky enough to be chosen this year.
I've always been interested in charities, and I do try and raise money every year for charity, and I put my name down when I first joined Lancashire. I heard really good things about this trip from people who have been in Lancashire for many years, and I didn't get into last year's programme, but luckily they did choose me this year. I'm very grateful for them to have to do that.
Lancashire sent out an email asking if anybody would be interested to go to the Philippines, and I sent one back saying yeah, I'd want to be involved.
I'm moving far away to a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what I mean.
I am Harry, and I'm in Bacolod, building toilets in Barangay 16.
2 toilets for 2 different families. One family has 6 children, and the other family haven't got any children yet, but are expecting their first.
So we're trying to keep it a bit healthier here.
The other team will be working here as well.
Building the toilets has been harder than, really hard work. Really hard work. Standing in a 6-foot hole, filling up with water around your ankles, laying bricks, and the heat as well. The heat is just, it'd be alright if it was a bit colder, but yeah.
So we're on a landfill, so it's really difficult to dig. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be mud and soil, but it was actually a landfill. So we was digging through plastic bags. Now I get the 5p plastic bag rule in Britain. I understand, because there's bags everywhere. There's like 5-foot deep bags, bottles. It's really dirty, and it was really difficult to get through.
Oh, building toilets has been frustrating, but also inspirational at the same time. Frustrating in the sense that we just have to muddle through. We started by building a hull, which was very difficult in this area because it's a landfill area, and to get through rubbish and plastic bags and sacking and all the debris and the waste and the bottles and cans and everything was a real challenge on the first 2 or 3 feet. When we eventually hit the soil, then it was much easier, and we were able to work much quicker. But to build a 5-foot by 5-foot hull in these conditions with raging heat and humidity has been such a challenge. The first couple of days were by far the worst. The digging was unbelievably difficult, and much more difficult than I expected, to be honest. But, we're open to a challenge. That's what we're here for. After that, the bricklaying, we've got a certain amount of knowledge by watching bricklaying back at home, but obviously it's the first time most of us have done it, but we know how to mix sand and cement. And the other major problem was the water level. The water kept flowing in as we were digging the hole, so we had to keep bailing it out just to get the first line of bricks in, and it was coming in faster than we could bail it out. So that was very challenging. At times people were very fraught, but we managed to keep peace and harmony just. And yeah, we soldiered on, and it was all about team effort.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse. Take a withdrawal slip. Take all of your savings out. 'Cause if we don't leave this town, we might never make it out.
When I first walked in, it was quite scary, and I've never experienced anything like this. I see it on the telly. I never really think it's that bad. I just think, oh, they've done that. But it's actually so bad. It's shocking. It's really horrible to see, especially the kids. I hate seeing the kids like it. It's really sad.
It's very different here with the poverty, but I'm inspired by the fact that the locals have very little, and yet they are always happy and smiling, which is very humbling and makes you appreciate how lucky we are, seeing how these people live and what they have to contend with on a daily basis, and it's very moving.
My experience of people living in poverty is that they just seem to be happy in probably the worst conditions you'll ever see. To be honest, I don't think I had any expectations at all. But yeah, it's definitely been an eye-opening experience. Made me realise how much I take things for granted back in the UK.
Everybody said it was a fantastic experience. Just didn't know what to expect, and that's the thing. We had sort of like 6 weeks of sitting there not knowing what it was going to be like. That was the worst thing, is you didn't know what you were going to come into, and it is nothing like I thought it was going to be like. And to go and explain to the next group, I don't think you can. I mean, because every time a group comes out here, they go somewhere different.
I think we were too focused on building a structure that we could point at, and I think that we've all learned that it's much broader than that. It's about engaging with the community, it's about understanding the work that ICM do. I'd encourage people who come again to look more deeply into, what they're going to take away from it and what their expectations are around just the physical building.
Okay, perfect.
Pincel ka no? Pincel!
Cancel.
I'm worried about that one over there though.
She went to get one. So until we're waiting, just
So when we went to the community a few days ago, we see the family academy, and all the women and the children come to the church to learn the alphabet, and they was learning about health issues with their children, which they didn't seem to know, like diarrhea. They didn't seem to know that was not normal, and dehydration. So that was good that we could get to them women and say this isn't normal, so that could potentially save their child. That was really good to see that we're teaching the mothers as well as the children, and it was really nice to see the children, like sort of 1 to 5, know the English alphabet and the Filipino alphabet. That was really nice to see that they actually want to learn and they are trying. So that's really lovely.
We can see clearly the presence of ICM in this area and the good work that they do with their outreach to the remote areas, and the project managers that go out, and the field workers that pass the message. It's all about communication, especially on the health side with the hand washing and preventing diarrhea and what to do with the signs and symptoms, and also basic needs on how they can nourish their children, stay healthy, and also how they can make things and sell them in the community to get some income, especially for the mums.
Resilience of humanity, really. We can be put in pretty much any situation, and we can make a family, and we can look after each other. And I think a big question that I'd heard from back home was, why don't people help themselves? And I think the answer was that people will if you show them how. So bring them a few breeze blocks, bring them some concrete, and ask them to help you. And then they hopefully will then take that and help the next person. And I think it's that kind of, butterfly effect, if you like. One person helps one person and they help two, and it continues like that. And that's the only way that I can sort of take something from this, to hope that that is what happens. Because if that chain stops, then what we've done this week is probably gone in 6 months' time when the government take that land. And that's really heartbreaking.
You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it. You can never see yourself ringing all around it.
you're all big stands.